Hunger Games kind of started that era of like Divergent and Shadowhunters, you know, like Suzanne was the first to write this young woman who was anti-establishment, anti-government, and really standing up for what's right in a very unconventional way, without an air of sweetness or even like, you know, there was nothing cordial about her either. She was very rough around the edges, and it was amazing to read that. Lucy Gray is such a compelling character, and she's kind of a breeding ground for what Katniss becomes 65 years later. The word that comes to mind is mercurial. You never know what you're going to get with her, and I think what's so amazing about this story, whether you're reading the book or when you're watching our film, is that you can never really tell whose side she's on. And the way I approached her was that she's always on her side, her own side, her family, her friends, herself. And I think that's why her relationship with Coriolanus is so interesting, is because she starts to see what it's like to put someone else's needs before your own, and she's loving with her whole heart, but when she starts to see traits in him that she may not find trustworthy, she has to put herself first and make those decisions. Suzanne had an idea of all of the songs. She had written all of the lyrics. All of those lyrics are still true to the book. She had an idea for the tempo and what she thought all of the songs would sound like. They're very folk, country, Appalachian music. It's all very much, there's a mandolin and a bass and a guitar, and a violin, and that's really how the Covey operate as a band. And we worked with Dave Cobb, who did the music for A Star Is Born, but also wrote and produced and worked with so many country artists, worked with John Prine and Dolly Parton and so many people. So we were in the best of hands. And when I got all of the scratch recordings for the music, I just fell in love and was like, we got this part right for sure. Tom is such a goofy guy, which I love. I mean, that's so important, because when you're doing heavy subject matter, which this is, so from time to time it gets very heavy, or even when you're just having a light day where you don't have to say anything, or the first day that Tom and I had together working on camera was the explosion in the arena, where the arena gets, exploded into a billion pieces, and we were being attacked with air machines and sound machines that just made it look like it was actually exploding in our faces. And I have never laughed so hard in my life. It's like supposed to be this terrifying scene, and then the second we yelled cut, Tom and I were just having so much fun with one another. He's very, very goofy and fun, and at the same time has such a respect for an actor's process.